Good morning, everybody. Colleen here. As you all know, I now have breast cancer. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself before I get into that whole thing. For those of you who don't know me very well, I'm 50. I weigh about 125 pounds. I'm 5'4". I have to keep myself in very, very, very good health. I eat right. I try to train hard. I lift weights. I do cardio. I teach spin classes. So with that being said, I have a very muscular physique. I have very small breasts. They're very dense. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because I was shocked because my perception of breast cancer was big breasts, fatty breasts get breast cancer more commonly. Well, turns out that's not the case. There are 4 different types of breast tissue: A, B, C, and D. D being the densest. I have C. So I guess the denser the breast tissue, the more chances of mutation. So I guess fatty tissue doesn't mutate, or it's more of the muscular masses that can mutate. What else would I like to say? This is my first video ever, probably, posting. I've been in Florida now for, we're going on 5.5 years. I feel like I'm in a great place to handle this challenge, which I have accepted. I have accepted the challenge. I am a fighter. I'm scared a little bit as far as the type of cancer it is. It is HER negative, which is a slow-growing cancer. I kind of feel like maybe about 8 years ago when I had an MRI in Barberton, Ohio, they were concerned with my right chest area then, but they really didn't do anything. So I just figured I'm good. Well, recently, after these hurricanes down here, where I currently work, we lost our insurance, so we had to wait for us to come back to work and that insurance to kick back in. That happened in June 1st. So immediately I started just random screenings. I need colonoscopy, I'm 50. Breast screening, I'm 50. Blood work, just the things that you need to do to keep up on your health. So, excuse me, it's hot out. My mom had passed away this past December. She didn't have breast cancer. She was diagnosed with squamous cell. Let me think about what this is called. It was called rectal squamous cell melanoma. Very rare, which she ended up passing away from due to complications of that cancer. Anyways, that's why I decided to get all these screenings. So what I'm trying to say is it's very important to get your screenings, ladies, because I felt nothing. I feel like $1 million. There's no lump. There's nothing. Literally, I go in for a mammogram. I get a call on the treadmill at the gym a couple hours later saying they want me back for an ultrasound because they see an anomaly. So I go 2 days later. They do the ultrasound. Right there in the ultrasound room, they called the radiologist and she pulled up my images and she said, "Do you see this area?" I said, "Yes." She's like, "We need to biopsy that area." and you have some lymph nodes in your armpit or auxiliary that we need to look at. So I said, okay. So last week on Wednesday, I went in for the biopsy. They just numb your breast and your armpit with a little bit of lidocaine. They take another image via the ultrasound wand to make sure it hasn't changed or grown or whatever. Then the doctor comes in and he takes this little handheld device. It's got like a little needle on the end. It's like just like a little handheld device, spring-loaded somehow, and it's ultrasound guided needle biopsy. They go in via the needle and extract a piece of the tissue. It was very did not hurt. I mean, I was more nervous than anything, scared, asked a lot of questions, but it did not hurt. So if you have to go through this procedure sometime in the future, which I pray that none of you have to, it's not that bad. Anyways, my results came back on Friday with a benign lymph, thank God, because that could have been metastasized if it was in my lymph, which means it could be in other organs as well. So what I have is invasive lumbular carcinoma. She said it was the basic breast cancer. It's very common. It starts in the milk ducts. Mine is estrogen positive, which I'm not shocked because I had endometriosis, which is an estrogen-prone, fueled disease. That's why I've never had kids, because of how it destroyed my fallopian tubes and my ovaries and things like that. So that's where we're at right now. So this is my video for challenge accepted. And y'all have a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day here in FLA. And whatever you do today, kick ass.